Nice and quiet. Video. Right, so number 1 at your worksheet. It says, say with reasons whether A, B, and C, D are parallel lines according to the diagrams below. Now, at A, remember, whenever we see parallel lines, we were going to look for a F, a U, or a Z. So what we're doing now is just the other way around. We first go see, is there maybe alternate angles, meaning a Z, or co-interior angles, the U, or corresponding angles, that F. Because if there is, and they are the same, then we could say that A, B, and C, D would be parallel. Okay. Now, at A, the one angle given there is 95 degrees. And the other one given is 85 degrees. So, it means that those two angles are not the same. So, could those two lines be parallel? No. And how do we write it? We're going to say, yeah. There we go. So, AB is not parallel to CD. You guys good with that? Okay, then at B. At B, you can see a Z. And what do we call it when it's a Z? We call it what angles? A Z is alternate angles. Good. So we can say AB. Can you see both of them is 120? So AB would be parallel to CD. And it would be because it was alternate angles. Yeah. But not equal, parallel. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, C. At C, we've got 75 and 75. What I wanted you guys to see is that it does form a F. No. Okay, so AB will be parallel to CD because, what do we call a F? Corresponding angles, Moy. Yeah, the way that we asked it here was slightly different. The way that we're going to ask it in the test is more like what you guys did at number 2. So then we have X is equal to something, and then the reason would be corresponding angles, AB parallel to CD. Okay, good. Then D. D, do you see that it forms a U? So what do we call it? Co-interior angles. So you will see that that's 70 plus the 110 gives me 180 degrees. So therefore, AB would be parallel to CD because they were co-interior angles. Yes, those two angles are supplementary, so therefore co-interior. Okay, you guys good? Right, number 2A. At number 2, I said, calculate all the unknown angles of the following and give reasons for all your statements. Now, this is more like how we're going to ask it in the test. Yeah. Good. X will be equal to 80. Why? Because you saw a F. And what do we call that? Corresponding. Corresponding angles. What's focus? Because EF is parallel to CD. And remember what we said yesterday. If you don't have this last part, you're not going to get your mark for the reason. Okay. Right, at B, X will be equal to 35. Okay, why? We saw a Z, which means it's alternate angles, and DE was parallel to FG. Good. Okay, so do you guys actually, you get it? No. Okay, not you, but you were absent now for quite a while, and you didn't watch the video, so. Okay, right, at C, yeah. Good. X plus 40 is equal, Joshua, equal to 180 because those were co-interior angles. It was a U. No. Okay, state your parallel lines. So AB parallel to CD. And now we can work out what x is. We're going to take that 40 over. So 180 minus 40, which means that x will be 140. Yes. Yeah, it's perfect. Remember, you could say any one of these two. You'd get your mark there. Wie klik klik so. Dis hoe kan jy. And then the reason is another mark. And then for the final answer. Are you good? Okay. Right. Any other questions here? Yes. Say again. What about, did you have angles on a straight line? Oh, no, it's not wrong. Okay, let me just quickly, can I show you? So basically, have a look, you guys. You might learn something. That was x and this was 40. So what you did is you said this is a straight line, so I'm going to work out that angle. Okay, which is right. No? He could do that. Then he would say this angle will be 180 minus 40 because it was angles on a straight line, which means that it's going to give him 140. And then after that, he said x will be 140 because now he sees a f. So the x is the same as this 140. Do you guys see that? Okay, so you would write x is equal to 140 and then corresponding angles, still AB parallel to CD. Is that what you had? Good. It is slightly longer, but he's going to get the same amount of marks, and it's all like mathematically correct, legit reasons and all of that. So, same thing. Go. Sorry. The previous one would have been 2 marks, yeah, 2, maybe 3. So, yeah, same thing, 2, maybe 3. Okay. You guys good? Always remember that there's more than one way to get to that answer. So don't think that if the person next to you is using cointerior and you are using alternate angle, don't think it's wrong. Okay? You just see it differently. That is what is so nice about this geometry. Right, so the next one that we are going to do is worksheet 3. Yeah. Okay, now people, at worksheet 3, yes? It's next week, Thursday. Okay, but we're going to talk about that just now. I just want to finish this so you guys know what's going on. Listen. So, this worksheet, you will see that I am now combining everything on triangles. There might even, no, I'm lying. There's nothing about quadrilaterals. Okay, so everything about triangles. What do we know about triangles so far? The interior angles. Good. What else do we know? Exterior angle is equal to the two opposite interior angles. Eh? Okay, so that. We've got right angles, so have a look at that. Isosceles triangle, equilateral triangle. Okay? And then, yeah, but scaling we don't really use. Then, we also have parallel lines, meaning you still got to look for a F, a U, or a Z. So this last worksheet, worksheet 3, is slightly more complicated. Everything is combined in here. Okay. Okay, let me just first answer his question, yeah? We're going to talk about that just now. I just want to finish. They haven't heard anything yet. So I'm going to give you those pages too. Right. You guys. Question 1 says, calculate the size of the following angles and give reasons for your answers. So Thank you. I'm starting with angle A1. So get that angle. And remember what we said earlier on. If you get the answer, go write it in pencil on your sketch, because maybe later on you're going to need to use that angle to get one of the following angles. All right. Okay. Then at question 2 it says, if FE is a straight line, determine the unknown angles in the following diagrams and give reasons for all your statements. Okay, so whenever you see you've got more than one unknown, like we have at A, first get, in this case, first get X, and then maybe you can use that answer to help you get Y. All right? You guys good? Yes. Number? Oh, okay. Let's make that. I see what you mean. A, B, C. At number C, have a look. That one that almost looks like a kite. No? It was A here, B there. C, make this one at the bottom, make it D. Okay, and then at number D, we had this. Okay, and let's make that D, E, F, G. What should we make this one? H. Okay. All right. Have you guys got it? So just name these three at the bottom. They were cut off when we copied. Yes. Okay. Now, that worksheet is your homework. I now want to quickly talk about the project. Okay, yeah, so that. So you can talk about A, C is parallel to ED. Okay. Yes. Yeah. What did I have? Yeah. That was now worksheet 2. Did I now name it wrong? Oh, yes, I did. Okay. People, have a look. I made a mistake here with the naming of these. It would have been. Is that at B or C? B. At worksheet 2. But there is. Oh. Wait. Yeah. A, B, C, D. It should be. Have a look on this page. I think when you redrew it in your book, you named them wrong. Just check on the page quickly. Okay, can I quickly, have you got your project page with you? Not that one, the other one. Yeah, that. To my eyes, 80, so. Thank you. Okay, people, let's quickly talk about did you get it? Are you fine? Okay, let's talk about the project. Joshua, you still got to get a page for me, okay? All right, listen. So, it says, draw a creative and meaningful picture by using geometrical shapes. Okay, so let me just go here. Okay, by using geometrical shapes, your teacher will provide you with graph paper. Okay, just lift up the graph paper, please. You should have one like that. If, for some other weird reason, maybe you stuffed up and now it's not nice anymore and you want another one, please come and ask me. I've got extras. Okay? Then, number 2. At least 4 of the following figures must be in your picture. a rectangle, a square, a parallelogram, rhombus, kite, trapezium, triangle, circle. Now it says, the figures may not be inside of another figure. For example, if you draw a circle, it may not be inside a rectangle. So, it's like building blocks when you were 2 years old. Right? You've got all these different shapes of blocks, and you've got to build me a pretty picture. So I'm going to show you guys what I'll do. I'm going to use, a square. So there's my first shape. Then my next shape that I'm going to use is a triangle. So can you see my triangle is not inside my square, it's on top of it. No? Right? Now, I also want to use a rectangle. Okay? No, I'll explain just now. A rectangle. Okay, so now I've used 3 shapes. I'm also going to use a circle. Oops, nee. Nee, jy mag nie myne gebruik nie. Yeah, but like now, I used 3 circles, but it means I used a circle, not circle, circle, circle. You get what I mean? So you can't use 4 squares and say, ta-da, I build you a present. No? You guys get what I mean? Okay, so 4 different shapes. You may use lots of them, but read the rest as well. Yeah, they may not be inside. Meaning, what do I mean when I say inside? You can't say this, okay? I'm using a square, and I'm using a circle, and I'm using a triangle, and I use a rectangle. Okay, that is going to be wrong. Because it shapes inside. So if I count, you can do that. You can make it nice. But how many shapes do I count? 1. A square. Do you guys get what I mean? Right. Let's look at the rest of the requirements and then we ask questions. Then number 3. Indicate your figures on your sketch and in the assessment below. Now over here, I ask shape 1, shape 2, shape 3, shape 4. So next to shape 1, write square, because here I have a square.
So your first shape that you make is shape 1 now.
Doesn't matter. I just want your 4 different shapes named here. Otherwise, you tell me, okay, this is a square. Do you know what I mean? No. It can be 3D, yes. But listen to the next part of the requirements as well before you do that. So hold on. Okay, so you've got to indicate both on the paper and on your picture. Okay, because I want to know, is this to you a triangle or is that a parallelogram? Okay, so I want to know, do you actually know what you're talking about? Then, number 4. This is where it gets difficult. So you've got to keep this in mind when drawing your picture. Number 4. Refer to the formula in your textbook and calculate the perimeter of your figure. So perimeter, and we're going to do a whole lesson on perimeter and area, but that's next week, okay? Monday. But perimeter of the shape means I've got to get that, and this, and that, and this, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. The outside. And that, and that, and that. So all the outsides. No? But now you've got to keep in mind, because this little part over here is not included. So your measurements, you must be very, very... So the placing of it, because if I place it there, I'm going to have to think of how many centimeters or millimeters is it before my chimney starts, and then how many after the chimney. Do you guys see what I mean? You've got to plan ahead. Okay. Right. Then at number 5, refer to the... and then show all your calculations and give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Now number 5. Refer to the formula in your textbook and calculate the area of your figure. So now I want... Jorts. Ja, ek gaan nou ek praat oor dit alles. Now I want every everything in there. So the inside, basically.
Ma'am will tell us.
We're going to do a whole lesson on it Monday.
So now we basically only start with this next week.
Now, you can start, remember, you can start planning so long. And concerning the area and the perimeter, area, that's why we don't want shapes inside of shapes. Because now I can actually say, okay, what's the formula of a square's area? It's side times side. Okay, so then I measure my side and measure my side, work out area of that. Then, what's the formula of a of the area of a triangle? That's half times base times perpendicular height. So we get those, work out the triangle on its own. Then we work out the area of a rectangle on its own. Work out the area of a circle on its own. And then add all of them up. Okay, but we're going to do a whole lesson on it if you're still unsure. So why I'm telling you now is, from here up until Monday, start to get some ideas rolling. And if you want, you can even start drawing on that. Start drawing on that page of yours. And as I said, if you make a mistake, it's fine. I'll give you a new one. All right. So I specifically gave you one now so that you can go home and start planning your picture and drawing and maybe start doing. And then if you're unsure, come to school on Monday and Tuesday. Show me. Am I on the right track? Am I doing something wrong? Okay? So I can guide you guys. Are you good? Then let me just finish this part. That is going to be due next week, Thursday. So Thursday in class. And as I said, you can make it nice and pretty and color it in and just as you like. No? As long as I can still, because what I've got to do is when you give me your shape, I've got to go and measure to see did you measure it correct? Then I've got to go work out the perimeter and the area and see did you do it correct. Okay? So just make it easy for me to also be able to measure and see what's going on. Then that's due on Thursday. Thursday's class time, I will also allocate towards that. So you can use, if you're not completely done at home, you can still use the period in class to finish. Okay? But on Thursday when the bell rings, you can't tell me, I just want to finish coloring in this part, or I just want to do this one calculation still. When the bell rings, it's done because you had more than a week and a period in class to do it. Is that clear? So there's no exceptions. End of that period, Thursday. Doesn't matter whether the period is just 20 minutes long. So plan ahead, people. I take it in. Then, Friday's time. Friday's class is for section B because you'll see that this is section A. Now, section B is going to be more like a test. Okay? It's still on area and perimeter. We are going to allow you to have your book with you. Okay? So it's like an open book test. This was practicing for it. And then you're going to have to do it on your own. Then you can't take it home and go do. So Friday, it's just for 14 marks. In class, we've got to do section B. Okay. Now questions. Sorry? Another page. Yeah. I just got to check whether I brought everything with. Yeah? Shh. Okay. Hoeveel tyd is daar oor? Kyk gou my. Het ek vir julle hierso? Ek het vir julle tye gestuur. Kom kyk gou. Thank you for your page.
Sorry,
That's fine. Ek gaan nou, ek moet gou kyk in die hoopie of ek dit hier het. Where we now, period? 4. Okay. Okay. Right, so any other questions, sorry? Any other questions regarding the project? Okay.